Saitin Bruggencate has a website called proofthatgodexists.org. On this site, you go through a series of questions and you have to say yes or no, do you accept that this is the case about reality? One of the questions is, are there laws of science? And what I want to know is, what is meant by laws of science? Because I'm not going to say, yes, they exist, or no, they don't exist, if I don't know what is meant by laws of science. So when you look at the page, what you see is he's saying, okay, laws of science, these are descriptions of observations that people have, and they can use those to make predictions about what's likely to happen in the future, that kind of thing. And that could be what he means in this case. It's kind of what the page is saying. If you click on no, they don't exist, and you read that, basically he paints a picture of somebody who can't even make any kind of inductive inference about reality. What they see is, oh no, my cat is pregnant. Last time my cat was pregnant, they had kittens, but this time, who knows? It could be elephants. I can't even contemplate anything. I'm stupid. And he's saying that's not really what people do. People, they see what happened. They make predictions about what's going to happen. It's, scientific method, all that jazz. So is that what he really means when he says laws of science? I don't think that's what he's talking about. I think what he's talking about is uniformity of nature. Is it the case that nature is uniform? Is it the case that there are laws of physics? There are, and laws of physics in the sense that matter must operate this way. It cannot do otherwise. It's impossible for it to do anything else. I think that's what he's saying by laws of science in this situation, because if you go on down through the questions, say, yes, there's this, yes, there's this, yes, blah, 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 they're immaterial, blah, blah, blah. One of the questions is, are these universal or individual? And if he was only talking about the hypotheses people make when they're kind of observing the universe and saying, I wonder how things work, that would definitely be individual, or, a group of individuals, but certainly not a fact of the universe as a whole. So to me, what that says, and especially if you also consider the next page, which is, are they unchanging? And he gives the example, you don't drink water one day and it's good for you, and then the next day you drink the water and you say, oh no, I'm going to die because it's poisonous. That's not, that doesn't really happen. And so what he's saying is, nature has a way that it acts. Matter and energy, they do what they do. They can't do anything else. They have to perform this way. Now, one issue that there could be with this is, well, I'll let him say it.
Really, the fact that there are natural laws is a fallacy of reification. There are no natural laws. God controls the universe, and he controls the universe in such a way that we have a reasonable expectation that tomorrow will be like today. Sure, God could perform a miracle and stop the sun. How many times has he done that? Only once in history. So I have a reasonable expectation that the sun will come up, but the unbeliever has actually zero expectation that the sun will come up, because theirs is based on a viciously circular argument.
Okay, so in that clip, Saitin Bruggencate said, there are no laws of nature. It's not the case that nature must act a certain way and can't do anything else. The way that interactions occur between matter and energy and so on, these are things that God controls. Thus, when miracles occur, like the sun stops in the sky, even though it's not the sun stopping, it's the earth not rotating or what have you, but, or water turning into wine, it's not that these are impossible, because no, there are no laws of nature. It's not the case that it's impossible. It's just God controls nature. The problem I have with this is that he kind of seems to want to have it both ways. You have to ask, is it the case that there are unchanging and universal ways in which matter and energy must act, and it's impossible for them to do anything else? Yes or no? If it is the case that there are such laws, then Mr. Bruggencate can't go on Magic Sandwich Show and say, no, there are no laws, it's just God does what he does. If there aren't such laws, it's very interesting that his website seems to be built around the idea, at least partially built around the idea, that there are. Are there, or are there not, ways in which matter must behave? If yes, then yes. If no, then no. But pick one.